Good morning, traders and investors. Dale, so got the Trader Boys. We got the markets pretty flat here. Not a great deal to report on market movement here. You can see all the major indexes are slightly up. The Russell and Dow are the leaders here of the pack, with the S&P and NASDAQ just on the positive side. We got the dollar starting to move up off its lows. The dollar has been slammed for weeks, so the US dollar is a very, very important market component to give us direction on what the index is going to do here. A little bit of money flowing to bonds. Oil is up 55 cents. Gold is trying to bounce off its bottoms here, and silver is still trucking to north here. On the news front, we get economic reports coming out today, 10 o'clock. We get the employment trend index, which is really a non-report, so nothing major coming in news from the economy front today. So nothing major happening there. When we jump over, we look at the charts. We're gonna have the S&P 500. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days up on the S&P futures market here. This is the action today. So S&P has remained strong. S&P's remained strong. At some point, we do need a little retracement, just like this, for this market to remain healthy. Now, these markets can continue to grind and just keep going north. And this is a very difficult market for your active investor. Very difficult market for your longer term investor. Very, very simple. Just buy and hold, and this market just keeps paying the bills. Right? So you've got to be very aware of the action and the activity that's happening in the markets to be able to participate correctly and manage your risk. This is your Russell 2000. This is a 4-hour time frame. We are sitting in a major supply area here. Major supply area. This is where we came sideways. We came down. We tested this. We tested this again. This is a proven supply area, and this is where the big drop happened from. We have climbed into this supply area. We climbed up into the supply area. So this is an area. This is going to provide some resistance for the Russell 2000. So what we may see continue is the cycle out of tech and into financials and small caps. If that's the case, this is going north. Ideally, what do we need? We do need a small retracement in this marketplace. We do need. So from here, be very healthy retracement. Come back down to this level right in here, 1500, and that then could push us further north as long as the bull trend remains intact. NASDAQ did break below the low of Thursday. So on Friday, we went below the low of Thursday in the daily time frame. This does give us permission to short. Right, here's a little short play for us that happened on Friday. As we said, if we can break below this low, we have permission to short. Trader Boys, big thing for the Trader Boys is we teach permissions. The market, the chart must give you permission to take an action. Right? It is not what you think, it's not what you feel, it is what the chart tells you to do. So right here, when the market had that strong move to the downside there, strong move to the downside, created a new supply level, broken below the low. Now you know the sellers are in control. Come back in, take your trade, and we came down all the way down to the area that we said we would. So beautiful little transaction right there. This is how you trade correctly. Now you don't need many trades when you're taking trades from 11.2 down to 11.50. Right? There's 150 points at $20 a point. We don't need to take many transactions. We just need to take the right transactions, trade less to make more, and that's what happens when you trade with permissions when you're educated. Coming right here, we've got a overnight. This is the opening of the market last night at 6 p.m. Eastern on the futures market, NASDAQ futures market, and that has created a little supply level. Now these areas are not very strong, right? So in the overnight, this is proving as a supply, it's proving as resistance, but I would not be at all surprised to see this broken through to get back into this supply level. Right? That would not be uncommon or unheard of, being in what we call a Globex supply zone here. Now this may also hold and break us down to the downside. Right? So we do have permission to go short. Right? So you got to find your right transactions for you. This area here is beautiful with a strong move away. Right? Phenomenal little supply zone. So we can look at the supply on top of supply. This is a zone on top of zone. Very, very strong area right here to look for our short setup. Right? Coming back into these lows. Right? What was old support becomes new resistance if you're a support resistance trader. Right? So phenomenal little setup there on the NASDAQ, ready to go. The VIX is telling us, hey guys, can someone sell? We need to go north. Right? Here's your oil markets. Oil's getting a little bit of news. So you've seen an increase in demand from coming out of China. So with the increase in demand, prices go higher. So we've had 2 days of retracement here on the oil market. You can see the oil market is slowly rising. So we had 2 days of retracement, right, ready for a little move to the upside. Don't expect big things here. Right? Without the economy getting traction to grow, we're not going to get massive movements in the oil market. Right, here's the gold market. We can get massive movements in the gold market. Right? Why is gold rising? Because of stimulus, because of the printing of US dollars. Devalue the dollar, money's going to go to safety. US dollar is the safest currency in the world because it's the controlling currency of the world. Right? But when it gets printed and it's the oversupply of US dollars, the US dollar has to drop, as we've seen for many weeks now. It is getting decimated. All the money's coming into safe havens, and gold and silver is that safe haven at this point. So expect that continue. Trump has just now executive orders to continue these stimulus packages. So that's going to have an effect with more money being printed, and more money being coming into the economy on both equities and commodity markets such as gold. So we've had a nice little retracement in gold. Ideally, I want to come down to this yellow area here to increase the holdings in gold. So 2,000 mark would be a great area to get involved in gold, and then look for the upward trend. This is your start to the week. Come and see me tomorrow morning, same time, same place. They also go Trader Boys. You want to see this information first? TheTraderBoys.com is the first place it's posted, followed by YouTube.